What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's C. Leone here with the very first episode of Street Smarts, the series where I go over different aspects of street smarts that are interesting or entertaining to me. Maybe some things that I wish I knew in my younger life that I've learned over the years. So today we're going over Emotional Intelligence 2.0. I love this book. I would highly recommend if anybody wants to increase the effectiveness of their ability to build relationships, whether it's at work, friendships, or even with your parents, to read this book. Because even if one or two things help you, it's still something that's helpful. And there's been way more than one or two things that have helped me. I haven't finished reading it, so we're gonna be reading it together. So I'm gonna go over a few tips per video, and then I'm gonna give my commentary on how it's impacted my life or how it would impact my life. The first section that we're gonna be going through is self-awareness. So there's about, I think, 20 tips in here. So we're just gonna be going over 3 of those, or we'll see how it flows, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So the first thing is quit treating your feelings as good or bad. Man, guilty as charged, guilty. Because I can't even tell you how many times have we all just not gotten enough sleep and just wasn't really feeling it that day and just had a feeling, yep, you know what? I'm not gonna have a good day today, And then it just kind of carries onward. Or you had a feeling that today's gonna be a great day, and then it turns out something bad happens, and then you're just like, you have 2 options at that point. You be like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this thing get to me. Or you can be like, oh, well, I thought it was gonna be a good day, but then this happened, and now I'm having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we all known in our heart, man, I shouldn't be angry about this situation, but I am. And then allowing that anger to overcome the situation and then impact our judgment. So that shows we are different from our emotions. We have our emotions, and then there's our being. So obviously, if we separate those things and be like, well, I feel angry, but I'm choosing not to go down that angry route, it allows us to have more control over ourselves. And the second one is observing your emotions as a ripple effect. Man, oh man, I'll be the first person to tell you that I'm a very emotional individual. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I love hard. All my homies know it. All my homies know it. That's why I can only have very few friends, because when I care deeply, and I'm sensitive. And so I can sit here and act like I'm tough or whatever, but it's just not really me. It's a lot easier to live my truth as opposed to try to live a lie. And so what that means is, typically whenever I put energy out into the world, I have to realize what comes with that. If I'm having a bad day, even though I'm not supposed to be treating my feelings as good or bad, me and my girl are arguing, and then I come to work, my coworker asks me how I'm doing, and I'm like, you know what, bro? I don't care what you got going on, don't talk to me. I'm transferring that negative energy onto that person. And now that person might be having a bad day now, and it just trickles onwards. We don't really know how our emotions affect other people. So we gotta really check ourselves to make sure that we think about our responses before we actually go out and do that. So I'm telling you, if you want more tips like that, pick up the copy. Not a sponsor though. I'm not quite sure if any of you all have dabbled in the philosophy of Stoicism. Stoicism kind of revolves around being in complete control of yourself. That's the only thing that we in life have control over, is ourselves. Because really in life, there's 2 boxes. This is a Stoic practice. You have the things that you can control in life and the things that you cannot. So can you affect the things that you can't control? Obviously not, because you can't control them. But the things in this box that you can control, these are the things that you can stress over, because you can change. So obviously, it's best for us to spend all of our time worrying and stressing about the things that we have an effect over, as opposed to the things that we cannot. That's one of the biggest Stoic practices. But another thing that I also learned in Stoicism is leaning into discomfort. Everything in life has sacrifices, right? Every aspect of life. If you want to be successful, you need to make a sacrifice, right? If you want to make money, you got to sacrifice your time. There's always going to be a give or take exchange whenever you're traversing through life. But in order to excel, a lot of times we have to do things that make us uncomfortable. Perfect example for myself is karaoke. I want to perform, and if someone says, oh, why don't you do karaoke? I'm not feeling it right now. But then I realize, wait a second, if I want to be a artist, if I want to be performing on stage, these are those kind of things. There's going to be moments where I'm not going to want to do this. So it's best to get my reps in now and put myself in those uncomfortable positions just so that I can make myself ready in those other compositions or open those doors. Or whenever I get to those positions, I end up feeling better about it. So lean into your discomfort. If there's something that you want to do, if you're feeling anxiety about something because you're afraid it's going to go wrong and it's something that's really a big deal, cherish those moments and then run for whatever it is. Because I guarantee you, if you don't go hauling ass at whatever that is, you're going to regret it 1,000% of the time. I regret not turning this camera on earlier, but the second best time to plant a tree is right now. The first best was 10 years ago. I don't know who said that. That's how I'm living now. I'm planting my tree right now. So those are the 3 tips that we're going over today. Hopefully there was something that one of y'all took away from this video. Expect more to come. I'm going to try to put these out about once a week. But yeah, it's C. Leone, and I'll see y'all next time.
A deal in time, I'm always worried to say